At a major annual gathering of Britain's labour unions in Durham this weekend, the mood was surprisingly buoyant. It's tough times for many here as the cost of living crisis bites. But with so many members from different sectors either planning strikes or moving towards them, there's optimism that at some point employers will have to listen. Teachers are amongst those threatening a walkout.
We are going to ballot over pay in November, and we are on the verge where we are demanding a 12% pay rise, and it's not really a pay rise, it's a pay restoration. Teachers' pay has absolutely deteriorated over the last 12 years. We can't recruit, morale is that low. We are absolutely desperate for a pay rise.
Every rotten Tory!
The ruling Conservative Party made major gains in this part of the country at the last election. Retired engineer Jimmy Leggett was one of many who switched sides. But amid a brewing standoff over pay and conditions, never again, he said.
I don't see them getting in the next 50 years, the Tories. They have blown it. But Keir Starmer needs to step up to the plate.
Health workers are also feeling the pinch. Nurse Barbara Campbell said calls for action amongst colleagues are growing.
I've tried for years to get my colleagues to join unions, and they've said no. And now people are coming to me and asking me, how do they join a union? And that has been led by the RMT. But it's not just the RMT's battle. They're fighting it at the moment for us, and we all need to stand with them.
The RMT's the union that brought Britain's rail network to a near standstill last month for the first time in a generation. More strikes by a different rail union may be finalised on Monday too. Barristers and mail workers were the latest to stage walkouts of their own on Monday. Tough decisions will need to be made in the coming weeks and months, though at the moment it's not at all clear who'll be making them.
Public sector wages have lagged behind inflation in the UK for years, but even now, with the cost of living rising so sharply, the British government's still insisting it won't allow them to rise by more than 2%. Now, there'll probably be a new Prime Minister in place by September. Maybe he or she will have different ideas, but until then, any significant shift in approach looks highly unlikely.
Before resigning last week, former Chancellor Rishi Sunak maintained that pushing up pay risked compounding inflation. But if it persists for months, as seems likely, many economists believe there'll have to be some movement.
Assuming that those factors will persist until next year, then I think, there will be a point in time where, wages will naturally adjust. And we've seen some of this adjustment happening in the US already. So I think probably the UK, given the similar functioning of labour markets, will possibly follow.
Union members are short on patience, though, making a summer of labour strife a real possibility. Henderson, CGTN, London.